on guys, welcome back to another video. In today's video I'm going to be doing the summary and review of The Mountain of Adventure. I do not have the Sea of Adventure here, but The Mountain of Adventure is I think my second favorite book in the series. My first favorite is The Valley of Adventure. Alright, so yep, with that let's begin this video. So the book begins with all of the people going to the mountains, and they include Bill and Mrs. Cunningham, as well as the four children, the main adventure people, who are Lucian, Philip, Dinah, and Jack, and of course you can't forget Kiki. Anyway, so they're going to this mountain, and when they arrive there, they obviously have a very big feast. And the Bill then tells them that they are going to have they're going to go on donkeys to the top of the mountains to have a little camping trip. But you have to remember that here people speak Welsh, which the kids don't know, and many of the people do not even know English here. Anyways, so what really happens is that Mrs. Cunningham ends up breaking her arm, and for that the kids have to go alone. Bill can't go with the kids now, and David is the guide. He's the brother of the guide who can only speak Welsh. Now, if it was my mother here, then she was never gonna let me go, because he doesn't know the language, the kids don't know Welsh. So now what can the kids do now if they get lost or something? The place they're going is the Valley of Butterflies, which is where they're supposed to go. Now they go there, and they end up getting lost, and they hear noises in the night, and they're all just so scared. David is scared than most of them, and the problem with that is that now they're lost and they don't know what they can do, and everything's just going wrong. Then what happens is they are all just really worried. David is frightened on another night now, so they're all really scared because of that as well. Now when David runs off, they're all alone, and they end up meeting some dogs, and Philip obviously makes the dogs their friends, but those are really dangerous dogs. Alright, they're mountain huskies. Anyway, so then there's a man whom they find, and the man tells them this is a very bad mountain and to run away from it, but they don't, because they don't have anywhere else to go towards. So that's what they do. Anyways, then the man who told them to go away was caught by the dogs, and then there came another man, and then a lot of other things happened. So now what happened is that when Philip gets down the tree, there is a man. The man catches him, and they take him, and they go into a place. Now Jack and the girls can't see where he went, but he just kind of goes to a place and then just disappears. And now Philip only knows what happened, so now they're all worried. They have lost Philip, and they don't know what to do. They have to find him, of course. Alright, next thing what happens is that the Jack, Lucian, and Dinah, they end up finding this cave kind of a thing, and inside the water there is a button, and when you press that button, there comes a ladder from the top, and once that ladder comes from the top, you climb it up there, and you get into the main place, which is the mountain. The heart of the mountain here is hollowed out, and the best part of this is it's not man-made, it's natural. Of course they have made all these mechanisms, but the cave itself is a very natural thing. They end up finding Philip, and when they're going back, they see all these machines and everything in here, and they know now that there is a big thing going on there. So they go towards this place, which has, if you look down there is this impossible color that they see, and they have this feeling of lightness, like the feeling you have in space, aka the feeling of no gravity, which really affects them. It makes them suddenly hungry and all, and that happens the same. I think that's all that happens to you when you go to space for the first time, or you basically feel the feeling of no gravity. Alright, then they meet the king. The king is actually a great scientist who can do good things with his world. But the two men, Marrier and another guy who is the main thing of the operation, have convinced him that he can rule over the world. He actually just, this is way too fictional. I'm pretty sure this is like impossible. He trapped the rays of gravity, and now when he presses a button of these wings that he made, these are so much, they're like beautiful wings, as said in the book. When you press that button, the rays come out, and like, well, how do you explain this? Okay, so the rays come out, and they basically balance themselves out with the force of gravity, and that makes a smooth flight. And then when they have to get down, they press another button, which makes them gradually come down. And the worst part about this, that these paratroopers, who are trained professionals to jump from new kinds of parachute, like the squirrel parachute and all the other kinds of things, they have been caught and brought here, and they had been like kind of like bribed that you will have this money and all of this money and all, but they all die because this is a very, very stupid idea. You can't trap rays. You can't do it. Anyways, then they are all trapped. The person who was in the mountain, who told the kids to go away from the mountain, was a paratrooper himself. Philip is now locked down. The kids are up with the dogs and some other people, other paratroopers as well. Now they're all really scared. Now they're all worried because, like, just imagine. Now, the next thing that happens is that when the evening comes, there is another problem that happens. Now the parachute, now the helicopter there lands, the helicopter that was supposed to take them, and the person in the helicopter says that this is dangerous. We can't do with these guys. We have to storm with a small fellow. Now Philip was really rude to the men, so the men decide to take him for this. And I don't know how they can just take a kid for such an experiment, but they can and they will. Anyways, so the next day, when Bill himself actually comes in the helicopter, actually this is a really fun scene. So the kids are getting there, and Philip is really stubborn and everything. You know, Philip's brave, and he wears the wings, and Lucienne goes to the person, and she says that, don't take Philip, take me. I'm much lighter than him, and the experiment will probably work very better. But Philip obviously does not take it. Now Philip goes, and as soon as the helicopter is taking off, the kids hear a voice saying, "Don't forget Bill Smugs," which is the name that Bill Cunningham used in their very first adventure when they had it. So now they know that the Bill is in the helicopter. In the night that the helicopter lands, Bill is there alone, but the helicopter hits something because the guiding lights for the helicopter are not there in that part of the night. Now they have to go down, but they have to go down the other way, the way they originally came up. They somehow get down the button, but in the end, something more dangerous happens. In the end, they end up being grounded by the dogs into a stream, but Philip shows his magic, and Philip persuades them to attack the men instead of them. And the dogs attack the men, and just long story short, those men are arrested at the mountain. Bill sends up some other scientists to see the work. That place should not be destroyed because it is a very good place to test these kind of things. If this is possible, which I don't know, but the Bill doesn't know, and neither do the kids. With that, this book ends, and I hope you enjoyed this video. If you just smash that like button, and I'll see you all next time. Goodbye.